Hi Anna, here we are with video number 3. So as I said, we must be very mindful to watch for bullying and discrimination, particularly at school, but also at home is a possibility as well. We need to be mindful of the dominant male and his macho charisma. He may well be the one who starts the bullying, and being a role model, this may spread to other males as well. So that needs to be toned down. We need to degender the classroom, and with specific regard to LGBTI students children of LGBTI families, those students want to be accepted for who they are, not for what they are. So we need to look at the student, not the gender. And as I said, while we're degendering the classroom, we need to be careful that some students, particularly girls, work faster and will need some extension work compared to boys. And also here we need to be supportive of teachers who are LGBTI because they struggle in what's basically a heterosexual school system. So as teachers, and all these outcomes come from Cornell et al. So as teachers, we must be especially alert for bullying and discrimination. We can show empathy towards our LGBTI students and embrace diversity, but don't highlight it. So in terms of education policy, I found an interesting article, this one from Dempsey. It appears that in Australia, children of same-sex families and LGBTI students are doing well at school. Other factors that are typical of broader society, such as divorce, have a greater impact than the parent's gender or the individual's gender. However, there's still work to be done. So the education system and other systems clearly have work to do in being fully aware of the diverse family forms in Australia and supporting and providing appropriate resource services to meet their needs. And as I said before, little research has been done into any of these different family structures apart from lesbian families with children. So more needs to be done on that in Australia and internationally as well. So conclusions from my reviewing of these 3 chapters in Cornell: the impact of social class and inequality, cultural differences and identity and gender, and the impact on educational outcome. As I said before, educational outcome is more than just scholastic results. It's the overall student's well-being. Have they been exposed to bullying? Whether they're happy in their overall satisfaction with their education experience. So as I said, it's based on reading Cornell, the prescribed text, and also some other literature, and from my own personal experience. So if you're in a minority or subject to inequality, your educational outcome will likely be lower. Now I've increased my list of who is in a minority or subjected to inequality from where it started. As you see, I've now added females into this. While they're not statistically in a minority, they are subject to inequality. Poorly educated parents. Now I'm not sure whether they're in a minority or not. However, having poorly educated parents squarely puts the students into being discriminated against. Maybe not discriminated against, but they will struggle at school. There's some inequality there. So in terms of those 3 broad topics, socioeconomic status and parental education level have the biggest influence on educational outcomes. Cultural differences are mostly negative on educational outcomes. There are some positive ones. And gender difference is really overshadowed by the first one, the socioeconomic status and the parent's education. So these findings are all from Cornell. So if you are in a minority or you're subject to inequality, and to be successful in school, you'll need to be resilient, you'll need to work harder, and the outcome of this is you can achieve a good education. And all this reinforces the notion that we live under the discourse of a meritocratic society. And I believe I'm a personal testament to this. Thank you.